Should we get straight into Inbetweeners 2?
Why not?
Why not, indeed.
So the first film came out pretty much 3 years ago, around this time 3 years ago. Had the biggest ever opening weekend for a comedy film. The reviews are largely positive as well, actually. DVD went on to shift over 1 million copies. So expectations for part 2, understandably huge. Opened on Wednesday. Already it's broken the record for the biggest first day of a comedy film.
Wow.
2.75 million. This time the action mainly takes place in Australia. They head down under, Edith, cue the jokes, as Jay is out there on a gap year and the boys go to visit him, leading to what we already think is one of the great movie taglines of recent years, which is simply...
Sawzoz.
I mean, brilliant.
I mean, yeah.
Amazing.
How long it took someone to come up with that?
Something that's only, 5 letters long, but is so brilliant. It's rated 15 for, quote, strong sex references, nudity, very strong language, and drug misuse. We managed to find the only clip that doesn't include any of those things. So this is the guys on a long journey talking about what else but dolphins.
I can't wait to get a job training dolphins, even though it is pretty bad how they're treated. Did you know all they feed them is raw fish?
Oh, that is grim. I'd puke if all I ate was fish. They'd bang out of order.
Imagine it, just raw fish. Their diet is fish.
Yeah, because that's all they're given.
But also because that's what they eat. It's so cruel, you know? No burgers, no KFC, no Nando's on birthdays, nothing. How would you like it?
Well, if all I ate was fish, I probably wouldn't mind it. All right, yes or no, how would you like to just eat raw fish?
Well, if I was a dolphin...
Yes or no?
Look, you can't compare...
Yes or no?
These people are marine biologists.
Yes or no?
It's not so
only raw fish, yes or no?
No.
Correct.
You just have to hear the characters and it puts a smile on your face, doesn't it?
Yeah, and the first movie made, £45 million or something like that. So it had a huge audience. And you were asking me in that clip, well, who is it aimed at? The answer is the same people who went to see the last one, because so many people did. I don't think they're trying to capture new audiences, because what's the point? The existing audience is already so massive. The first thing you notice when you actually watch the film is that there's a much bigger budget than before, understandably, because of the success of the first one. Not just the fact that they've actually gone to Australia to film it, but in the first 5 minutes, there's this big Harry Potter set piece that's very grand, and there's a big fantasy sequence involving Jay that's very flashy. They've got some cash to spend. Unfortunately, I don't think cash necessarily means more cash. Doesn't necessarily mean more laughs, does it?
Yeah.
And actually, the best bits of the movie and the funniest bits of the film aren't the biggest or the flashiest or even the grossest. They are the bits, like in that clip, when it's just 4 nerdy blokes chatting like idiots, and you go, I recognise them. Yeah, I was a bit like that, or my brother was like that, or I've got friends like that, just like it was in the TV show. And that doesn't really need much of a budget. So there's some lovely stuff when Will is trying to be cool around the girl that he fancies. There's some actually very good stuff about posh kids who go travelling on their gap years. There's some really nice moments involving that. And there's a nice scene when the guys get stranded in the outback, and just all the excess and the bravado is stripped back, and it's just them at their most real, like in that clip, just chatting. Those little observational moments, I think, are the bits that really work. And it's the bits that have always made the Inbetweeners so successful, when it feels truthful and honest. Just don't think there are enough of those kind of moments this time round. It does seem more focused on the big, dumb, unsubtle moments. The filmmakers know that they're the ones that will get the big reaction, of course. Look out for a set piece, incidentally, involving Will, a water slide, and Neil's irritable bowel syndrome. It's a big moment. But none of that, those are funny, but they're instant funny, and I just don't think they'll have the longevity. I think actually what lasts about the Inbetweeners, and what is the charm about it, and it lasted for 3 series on the telly, that's constantly being repeated, and the reason why we keep going back to it isn't just about the big gross moments. It's actually about those small observational moments, like I said, where you go, I know these people, I recognise these people, and for me there weren't quite enough of those this time round. Still funny though.
Okay, well, I loved the series, the TV series. I think I watched the entire second series in one day. It was kind of just another one. Let's just watch another one.
Yeah.
It was so funny. The first film, hilarious, gross out moments, stupid, silly. I mean, that song that Neil does, Ba Ba Americana. Whenever I hear that song, all I see is his dancing in that club.
Again, just a simple moment, not a big, flashy, expensive moment, just a simple moment.
Wherever I am, whenever I hear that song, not that I hear it a lot when I'm out, but if I do, that's the first thing that springs to my mind, sort of thing. But yeah, you're saying it's kind of lacking that with this one.
Well, there just aren't as many. Now, I still enjoyed it, and there are some lovely moments in it, some lovely observational moments. But it's actually the same with the American Pie movies, which obviously have a lot in common with the Inbetweeners and with the forerunners, really, of the Inbetweeners. And with those, they weren't just about Stifler being gross, but Stifler being gross were the bits that got the headlines, and as the films went on, you got more and more bits of Stifler being gross and less of the more intimate, believable moments that you got in the first film. So it happens a lot with sequels. Filmmakers always want to try and top what they did before, and actually you don't always have to go bigger and louder and flashier. Sometimes actually it's just those quiet moments that are the really successful ones.